Enshrouded is good, but it's too easy. Before you guys start coming at me in the comments section, I want to put it out there that I've really been enjoying my time with Enshrouded so far. It's the only game since Skyrim that has scratched the exploration itch when it comes to open world fantasy games. It really gives that feeling of pick a direction, walk, and you'll find something interesting. That combined with the cozy building mechanics makes for a long-term game most would enjoy. I'm not here to talk about what makes Enshrouded so good though. I have around 90 hours of gameplay under my belt, and there's just one glaring issue that gets to me every session that I have. The combat is too easy, and to a deeper extent, too simple. I play a melee-oriented character. Sword and shield is my way to go, with a bow and wand for ranged options. So far, in the area that I've unlocked at this point, most combat encounters can be summarized by these points. Whack enemies twice, guard or parry, whack enemies again, repeat until enemy turns into loot. Sometimes I change it up with sidestepping or jumping if I'm against a mob or a boss, but you get my point. It doesn't help that there aren't any unique move sets with the weapons in the game. One-handed and two-handed weapons have different movesets, but one-handed swords, axes, and maces do the same thing. Parrying is way too easy, and guarding has too little consequence. Character progression through the skill points tree affects combat minimally as well. Although I do understand that as someone who only has Flame level 4 and less than half the world map unlocked, things could change drastically as I go on. Enemy mobs might demand more of my attention and thought, but I do know that I'll still feel repetitive. And with a game like Enshrouded where exploration is so fun, having combat encounters in between the exploration feels like I'm getting pulled away from the fun part rather than the combat adding to it. If there's a game I can compare this feeling to, it would be The Witcher 3. Great world to explore, fun side content, awesome story, but average combat. What Witcher 3 does better than Enshrouded though is that combat is more interactive. You've got different fluid animations, magic and melee blend well together, and the variety of enemies forces you to change up your approach to combat. The budget difference between the two games is unknown to me, and I'm sure that Witcher 3 had way more than Enshrouded, but I hope I got the point across. Enshrouded is a good game already. The foundation is set to create something great. The world is vibrant, base building is easy with a ton of variety, the survival elements don't get in the way, and while the story is usually set to the side, the game's premise with the Shroud makes it so that it's never forgotten. For me, the combat just needs a bit more spicing up. Here's a few things that I would suggest. Different animations for different weapons. Swords, axes, and maces, as well as their two-handed counterparts, should have different swing paths and swing timing. Maybe have a light and heavy attack system and allow for weaving in between. That alone would change how you approach combat based on one piece of equipment. Reduce the window time for a parry. Make it so that it's harder to execute a parry to make it more rewarding. Right now, why block if you can just parry every strike? And lastly, revise the skill tree progression to allow for unlocking special moves. As it is, the skill tree feels like it's mostly stat block increases. The bulwark side could have a major node that allows for a shield rush. Maybe doing a parry allows for a strong attack with a unique animation. The battle mage tree could have a major node where you could cast spells alongside having a melee weapon equipped. You can tell that the changes I mentioned are geared towards melee, and that's because I'm biased to that playstyle. I get that implementing these kinds of changes might steer the game in a different direction from what it's trying to be, but this is just my opinion as someone who enjoys the game right now but has a few ideas on how it could be more enjoyable. For now, I'll probably sink a few more hours into this game, see a bit more of the different biomes this world has to offer, then see how I feel about the game then. But how about you guys? Do you agree or disagree? If there are any changes or additions you'd like for the game, do let me know in the comments below. I'd love to read about your ideas. Now this was a short video, kind of like a rant really, but the game made that much of an impression on me that I felt like I had to make a video out of it, and I think that's a good thing. Thanks for watching and have a great day ahead.